Hi everyone, and welcome back to my simple high-tech office. Now with this simple diagram, I want to show you some common changes in our body happening every night and day, triggered by our body clock in rhythm with the sun, circadian rhythm. And in the following video, just how easy it is for any of us to sabotage that circadian rhythm and long-term our health without even trying. I split this section into two 6-minute videos in order to keep them brief, as we originally planned. Otherwise, they tend to go on a bit, you know. So, keeping it really simple, of the thousands of different processes going inside our body every 24 hours, controlled by our body clock, in alignment with the daily rising and setting of the sun, we will just look at 6 common ones that I think we can all relate to. Now this top diagram shows a 24-hour cycle divided into midday, midnight, 6 a.m. sunrise and 6 p.m. sunset. Now this is what's happening inside our body when we are heading towards sleep. Number 1, the sunset, 6 p.m. Our body clock signals our body to produce melatonin, the sleep signaling hormone. It doesn't send us to sleep, it signals our body that the sleep process is beginning. And then there's adenosine, the sleep pressure hormone, is now at its highest level, forcing us towards sleep. It naturally builds up over the day and fades away overnight during sleep. And cortisol, the wake-up hormone, is at its lowest, so it doesn't keep us awake. And the body clock triggers our body to lower our body temperature by 2 degrees to help us sleep. And of course, turns off our food processing toilet system, and we drift off to sleep. As soon as we are asleep, the body clock triggers our body to begin the nightly non-rapid eye movement process, which is, among other things, the complete autoimmune system response throughout our body, which can only ever happen every night when we are in deep sleep and at the correct time. And then the rapid eye movement process is activated, which is the process that consolidates memories, thoughts, feelings and emotions of the day and transfers them and stores them into our long-term memory. Doesn't sound like much, but it's critical to our survival. Now, just for interest, why do you think the digestion and toilet system is turned off at night? Well, the digestion process requires a lot of oxygen to create the energy required to process or digest food. That's the way it is. Now we get that extra oxygen from being active during a busy day, rushing around, jumping, laughing, etc., and breathing hard and supplying our body with plenty of oxygen. And that is why the daytime is when our body system is efficiently digesting any food that we consume. But we take that for granted, don't we? But at night time, our body needs to sleep, which also means there is less oxygen available because we are not active. We need to be perfectly still and calm. That's what we call sleep. So that all of the nighttime processes, which include the non-rapid eye movement and the rapid eye movement stages, can happen. Now, the limited amount of oxygen and therefore energy we do get when asleep is critical for those nighttime functions, which have been automatically turned on by our body clock. You see, they must happen. The problem is the digestion process requires a lot of energy. Consuming any food after the sun sets forces our body to have to slowly digest it with the oxygen available, or it would ferment during the night. And that would prevent the deep sleep process from ever happening. Eating and therefore digesting food after the sun has set takes valuable oxygen away from the nighttime processes of our brain, breathing, kidney, liver, etc., and the vital non-rapid eye movement and rapid eye movement stages. That is perceived to be a major threat to our survival by our reptilian brain, which triggers the stress response, and that wakes us up, and now we simply can't sleep. All because we ate after the sun had set. And then it gets worse. simply by us eating all of our favorite rich, sweet, yummy stuff. And that is why we so often wake up around 1 to 3 a.m. hot and flustered, because our stress response has been activated because of the food we have eaten. Now, when we sleep soundly throughout the night without surplus food sitting in our gut, all of those crucial sleep brain stages and body functions, which are activated by our body clock, only at night get the oxygen they require to operate effectively, because the body clock has turned off all other body functions that are not required during this very important sleep stage. And what happens to the food that is digested after the sun has set? Well, because we are in bed trying to sleep, our body is not active and therefore not requiring the large amounts of glucose that we have consumed. But it can't be wasted, so it is virtually all stored as fat. And regardless of how active you may have been during the day, nighttime is different. That's right, the food we consume after the sun has set is stored as fat. Okay, now we know. And around sunrise, the reverse process is triggered and we begin to wake up, because the sleep process is being deactivated. So, the melatonin production is gradually turned off and the sleep signaling hormone fades away, and the whole sleep process begins to come to an end. Adenosine, the sleep pressure hormone, has been turned off the previous night, so by dawn it is gradually drained away, which allows us to wake up in the morning. Cortisol, the wake-up pressure hormone, is now at its natural highest, which forces us into waking up. And our body temperature raises by about 2 degrees, so we can't stay asleep. And of course, the food processing toilet system is again turned on, ready for another active day digesting, and we simply must go to the toilet. And the non-REM and REM stages shut down for the night because they can't operate when we are awake. All of these processes are being turned on and off by our body clock in alignment with our ancient circadian rhythm. So, there we go then. Now, in the next video, we'll put the night shift worker into the same scenario and see what is happening to him. Okay, nice job everyone. We'll catch you later. Bye bye.